this is a big story in a non-quarantine era. So now this week is going to be huge. But you're right. I mean, when you go back, and I think we did a YouTube video about Cam a couple months ago, and I said this would be my number one spot for him. Let's go back. Last year he played 2 games. 2018, Cam Newton, 14 games, 68% completion, John, 24 touchdowns, 13 interceptions.
Yes, no, I mean, a couple years ago, he wasn't bad when he was healthy.
If I told you it was 68% this year, what would it translate to with Josh McDaniels? And I mean, that team that Panthers team was not good.
If he's 68% guy, they're a lock playoff team.
Now, 68% above and beyond his career.
To me, he's not a
60% guy.
He's not a 68% guy.
All right, let's predict Cam Newton's numbers right now for this year. Let's say he beats out Jarrett Stidham.
And Hoyer?
Yes.
60%
is what he is for his career.
Well, are we assuming he plays all 16 games?
Yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm saying. Let's say he plays 60. What would 16 games of Cam? Now you're right. That's the big if. But let's just say, what would 60 games of Cam in New England be this year?
24-10 would be a really good year, I think. They ran the ball well.
If you told me he's 60, let's give him 61%. I'm just giving him bumps for being with Belichick and McDaniels. 61%, yeah, 24 and 10. I mean,
what if he's just good and he's on the Patriots and they just keep him? What if he's just on the Patriots for like 2 or 3 years and they're just winning with him? Because he's won in the playoffs, right? It's one thing with Cam when you watched him, you never went like, he doesn't belong or he can't hang with the big boys. Like he's always been. He might lose, but you always felt like he fucking belonged. I could see Belichick just thinking, like, I can go to war with a guy who's been in some big moments, who's not intimidated by the lights, right? Now, Cam, actually, Belichick, remember there was a NFL Films way back, like 10 years ago, and Belichick screamed at his team for not celebrating a touchdown? Like, he was big on, now, I think there's a difference between celebrating touchdowns and celebrating first downs, right? There's a balance to it. Maybe Cam's just is a little different with him. The one thing is, is Belichick lighting Cam's ass up every day? And that's typically what he's done, right? Because he's had that carte blanche with Tom, because he could light up Tom, kind of like Popovich with Tim Duncan. Is he crushing him like he would crush? And Edelman just tells Cam that's part of the deal. Like, he ain't changing for Cam Newton.
Well, I think the message to Cam is, Cam, you need me more than I need you. You come here and prove to people you can play. You can play for me. If we don't re-sign you, somebody else will. I mean, you can do. You'll be able. You will, Cam. If you do what I say, you will hold us over a barrel next year when it comes to free agency contract negotiations.
But Cam, we do what we do.
Yeah.
This is what we are. Here's the blueprint. If you have any questions, ask them right now. I'll tell you. This is not. There's not. We ain't changing our pitches. We throw what we throw. So get ready. This is the at-bat you're about to handle.
Here's the other thing. Now, I know it's kind of felt like Josh McDaniels has been destined to get a job, and he just hasn't taken one. This is also a big Josh McDaniels opportunity too, right?
Would you agree that if somehow there's a lot on the line of this could be, if Corona can't stop this season and the season actually plays out, it's got some of the cooler storylines going into a season I could ever remember. I mean, Tom changed teams. Cam Newton's a Patriot. Just Lamar, Mahomes are just stars. The Niners, just the league's in a great spot right now to just go cha-ching.
Tua at some point, right? Joe Burrow.
Fantasy gambling. The interest for the NFL, the only thing that could slow it down is this invisible virus. Because if they're able to play, fans, no fan, whatever, they got a chance to be just a wow year.
I mean, if you're Robert Saleh, week 7 against the Patriots now, today, right now, you read that story, you go, oh, there's the potential your job just got a little harder week 7.
Would you attack a little film study this weekend, or you push it off till August?
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't know, to your question about where else could Cam have gone.
Is he a lock? I haven't seen quite anything on the money. Is he a lock to make the team?
No, but I would say I think that's more health related. I got to think he's going to.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean he's healthy. Stidham can't beat him out.
Heavily incentivized is what, as of this recording, Morton Schefter said.
Now he's learned new offenses before. Well, he's been the starting quarterback, so they had to, progress with him. This is a little different. Like our offense is our offense. You got to learn it. We're going at this pace. You either keep, when your starting quarterback is Cam Newton, a star, and you change offensive coordinators, you just go with him. Like it's at your pace, but it's also at his pace. It's at the unit's pace. The Patriots just operate at their pace, and you can either hold on, especially if he's like battling injuries, right, and health, and it might just be a little more complicated. It's not as black and white as him just being right.
Yeah, and he's trying to win the job against a guy that knows the system really, really well.
Well, is he also rehabbing? Is he 100% healthy? Do you see some of those? Was he the guy? I think he was like at the Rose Bowl, like working out. I don't know how these guys get the key to the Rose Bowl, but they just go there and like throw on the grass. And Odell Beckham was there too. They must know the groundskeeper or something. Just because sometimes I'll just see like the sweet Instagram videos, just dudes running around. So like, that's the Rose Bowl. Like, how do they just drive in there, just go in?
A tradition unlike any other.
Yeah, for Odell Beckham to work out in June.
Is there a better place? Is there a place that if Cam gone there, you go, oh, that's.
This is easily the one spot. If you could pick, where would you want Cam Newton to sign? It'd be there.
It would be there. I mean, even you think back when we had this conversation months ago before the draft, you thought like, okay, would the Chargers be a spot? Nah, they're probably going to draft a quarterback. They did. Miami, nah, they're probably going to draft a quarterback. They did. Other than that, I mean, I don't know where else you want
I saw a
him.
lot of tweets as the momentum for Kaepernick. Like, when's he going to sign in the league? And a lot of people would be like, hey, guys, have we forgot about Cam Newton?
Yeah.
And I think this shows you, like, Cam, non-corona, doesn't he probably get signed where a place where he'd start? Like, is he, like, on the Bears now or something, right? If he could have worked out.
See, I don't know. I mean, the Bears, right? I know each of these situations.
They might be a bad
but the Bears
example.
were like, here's a guy who knows a quarterback. Let's go get Nick Foles. We've worked with him before.
What about the Chargers?
Same deal. They had Tyrod. They kind of liked him, and they were going to draft
They knew they were
quarterback
going to draft
anyway.
high, yeah.
Why? Like, there's just not that many places.
Yeah, you're right. Vikings signed Cousins again.
Cardinals
Tampa
no,
got
Rams
Tom.
no, Seahawks no, Niners no, Panthers Bucks no, Falcons no, Saints no, backup. Be a starter.
Unless he was going to be a backup quarterback, this was like his one spot that was kind of good where he could start, right?
Unless like Ron Rivera wanted him in Washington, right? Which
Which clearly early on you could tell, like, no, they traded for the other guy, Kyle Allen. So yeah, this is the best case scenario.
No, tanking. Indy got Rivers. It's best case scenario for him. Best case scenario for the league.
Potential worst case scenario for Tom if it goes weird in Tampa and they're good with Cam, right? This is a year. Like, he would have got a lot of credit with Brady.
Yeah.
I mean, Stidham. But I think if, like, Cam resurrects his career for Belichick and just double middle fingers, they win the division again.
But you know what also happens is Josh McDaniels then becomes he's been just a name, but then he becomes the hottest name again.
Yeah, it's no longer like, well, it's just he only kicks ass with Tom. It's like, God, he resurrected Cam's career.
Yeah.
And their offense is sweet.
It's awesome.
I think, is that week 7? I was like, it's Tampa, it's Saints, Raiders, week 2, NBC, Sunday Night Football. I think the Tampa Raiders is like week 7 or 6.
Yeah, it's a little. What did I say? The Niners was week 7. Then I think the Raiders is like week 4 or week 5 or something like that.
Yeah, maybe that's it. I could use Cam Newton immediately. Patriots, Belichick.
Let's go.
Kind of